Today we are going to 100% complete List Keepers Challenge officially solo and unlock the rare rewards. Now, well, like usual, Call of Duty has a ton of glitches, and you can actually insta-kill the boss, making it to where solo, two people, whatever it is, can insta-kill him and not even have to fight him and get all the rewards. In order for this to work, you need to be using the Urticant Major Augment, I think that's how you pronounce it, and then the Green Thumb as well as Extra Charge. Those are going to be the ones that you're going to need to run for Toxic Growth. So if you have to research this, it's recommended to do so because this is going to get fixed. But you also can use the Infinite Free Fire thing to research your augments. So yeah, pretty easy stuff. Sit back, relax, drop a like, and enjoy the video. All new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP. Check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Use code SPAZO to save 5% off for a limited time only. So this should be pretty easy to run through these. We don't really need nothing special. We don't need to worry. We don't need to use all of our ultras. We're completely fine inside of this game. All we have to do is obviously just go ahead and complete the challenges, which are fairly simple to do till you get kind of to the end of them. It can become a little bit challenging. We should have a fairly easy time to do this. We really shouldn't be in this game too long, I hope, since I've already pretty much done these quite a few times. So I would like to say that I've pretty much mastered the challenges and kind of know what to expect and what to do whenever I get to them. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier, I would say, for me. But obviously for some of you, it's probably going to take about an hour and 20 minutes, I would say roughly, is a good time to complete this mode. But that really isn't too bad. It's pretty easy. It's just completing the challenges. It doesn't really get too hard. Once you have all the fires on, you can pretty much do it. And obviously you can use the Infinite Free Fire glitch if you wanted to, if you needed it for this mode to even just remotely play it. It does work in this mode, so you can also do that as well if you, again, needed that. But we need to go ahead and start speedrunning these challenges. For this one, we just have to go ahead and pack a punch our weapon and then throw on an ammo mod as well as a rarity, which obviously I would recommend throwing on fireworks because that's going to be the first challenge we're going to need an ammo mod on. So whenever you do end up doing that, make sure you just throw on fireworks first. It's just going to save you a little bit of time later on down the road. But that is what we have to do to finish this one, and then we'll be on the third one. I'm pretty sure there's a total of 9 of these, so pretty much expect that inside of your game. You pretty much got to complete 9 of them. The last few can be a little bit crazy, but again, they're really not too bad. This mode is such a funny mode because it can be challenging at the very end, because obviously you get to be coming on a higher round, so it tends to, not be as easy as it is on the very low rounds. But once you kind of understand it, it's super simple, like really simple. And then obviously completing the boss fight using the cheese method we're going to be doing today, dude, oh my gosh, it's literally free. Took them, earned their gratitude, and set them free. This one's pretty easy as well. We just got to pretty much shoot snowmen that have zombies in them. So let's see, there's one right there. We just got to do 10 of those, and then this challenge will be over. That will be our third challenge completed. Holy moly, I am completely frozen right now. Hopefully these zombies don't kill me. I do have the Rampage Inducer on, which isn't necessarily the smartest thing. But I really can't play without it. I ain't even gonna lie. The Rampage Inducer is so clutch for me now. There's 2 out of 10. We just got to do 8 more. They're pretty easy to find. Now, you might not get it all in one round. You could if you get lucky enough with, obviously, the snowmen. But usually, it takes 2 rounds, sometimes even 3 rounds just to get this challenge done. But don't worry, it kind of gives you time to set up and everything and buy your perks, obviously, throughout the game. For the boss fight, you don't really need anything. You just need your 2 charges of Toxic Growth, and then you're pretty much good. Now, I would recommend doing this ASAP. That way, if it does get patched randomly, which it probably won't because they're all on Christmas break, just like the Infinite Free Fire thing, will probably last all double XP. But you never know. So I would recommend just doing these things as soon as possible, as fast as possible. That way you can kind of take advantage of them and you kind of don't get left out, I guess what I'm trying to say on it as well. There's 5 out of 10. We're pretty much halfway done already. We just got to keep looking around the map. Yeah, we finished the Snowman challenge. Now, our next challenge is... which one is it? You gave release and even frosted enemies felt gratitude. Let's see. Your challenge continues. Is this box hits? I think this is box hits. Where's the box? It's over here. Okay. This one, all you got to do is pretty much get a gun out of the box and just get 100 kills with it. Or, better said, get 100 kills with box weapons. Pretty simple. Pretty easy stuff. You just obviously should try and do this on a lower round. That way, whatever gun you get from the box is going to be good. But there's really nothing else to this challenge. This one's pretty easy. Again, kind of the starter ones are a lot easier. The last one with the presents is the one that's always a little bit annoying. So I would recommend trying to do these as soon as possible, right? You don't want to really get all the way to the end and then have to deal with something on some crazy high rounds. It just really isn't worth it at the end of the day. My advice to you guys, if you are going to try and do this challenge or do this mode, just try and do it as soon as possible, right? If it takes you a little bit longer, but you get to stay on a lower round, in my eyes, that is way better than being on a super high round, but you speed ran through the challenge, personally. All right, we got to hit the box again because we're about to be out of ammo with this thing. Ooh, M34 Nova line, but it's a legendary rarity. Okay, that'll do me some justice. One of the strongest weapons inside of the game, actually. Which I believe they nerfed this a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did with one of the recent updates. But it's still really, really good. When a gun's this good and as good as the Nova line is, nerfs really don't affect it too much. Unless they absolutely nerf it to the ground. But they would have to basically take the damage and quarter it out. And that's what the new damage is. And then it would suck, obviously. But no, they in fact did not do that. So we don't got nothing to worry about here. There we go. Alright, that challenge is completed. I might just keep this M34 Nova line. It's kind of worth it, right? Put cryo freeze on it and then just start packing it. Because obviously we're going to need cryo freeze on another gun. I don't really feel like getting this thing all the way to legendary. Even though we don't really need it. But you might need it inside of your game, you know. But now we need fireworks. So we can pretty much just train up these zombies and use fireworks. We got to get, I believe it's 50 kills with fireworks for this challenge, which isn't really bad as long as you're using the right augments. It actually goes pretty fast. But I also do need to worry about getting some of my perks. It's something I need to consider a little bit because I need to get the Wonder Fizz opened up. Because like I say, this challenge would be a lot easier if we had Elemental Pop, for example, right? But we can go ahead and I guess start buying some. We can just get Mule Kick and then I'll pick up Stamina up. That way we have the 4 limit and then we can go ahead and have the Wonder Fizz actually spawn in. Bada bing, bada boom. We can grab Elemental Pop. Make this challenge way, way easier. Challenge is done. Light filled the dark and for a breath, even I felt joy again. Bada bing, bada boom. That one's complete as well. Now we are on to the next challenge, which I believe is equipment kills, if I'm not mistaken. Which we're only on round 13. The wise don't waste. They use what's near. Wisdom strikes with tools held dear. Yeah, it's equipment kills. And of course, I only have 2 turrets. I don't have nothing OP. I don't have Casimirs. I'm going to get 100 equipment kills. Oh boy, this is going to take ages. One thing that's really, really good to use on this, if you guys can't really afford a Casimir, is combat axes. If you have them unlocked, use them. If you find them on the ground, pick one up, right? Because again, they literally are infinite as long as you just go back and pick it up and you can collat hordes with them. Killing 8, 9, 10 zombies in one throw. Really, really good, right? I'm sure most of you guys know, but maybe the beginners didn't, right? So again, use them if you see them. Pick them up if you know you got to do the challenge and you don't plan on having anything else. But obviously, if you have Casimirs and you're on round 20, you'll get it done in absolutely no time. That one done. Now we should be good to move on to the next one. Your challenge continues. Power hides truth. Strip it away. Learn humility before the frost teaches it to you. I think this is kills outside? Is that the one we're on right now? Yes. Okay, so obviously we're timed outside. This one can be a little bso challenging if you're on high rounds. I would recommend keeping the Rampage Inducer off for this one. But basically, each zombie kill gives you about 5 seconds of time. So you ideally want to space it out a little bit if you can. Like when the timer stops, kill one zombie. Let the time run, then kill another one when it stops, right? I wouldn't recommend just relentlessly going through the rounds and through the hordes. You're going to end up on a very high round very quick because you have to do this for 5 minutes. And that's a lot of time, bro, for the timer to actually be frozen. So try to do this as quickly as possible by letting the time freeze every time you kill a zombie, then killing another one. It makes it so much easier and quicker and safer. So just my advice on this challenge, but we should be able to get through it with ease, hopefully. It's looking pretty rough, not gonna lie. This is a crazy spot we're in right now. Thank you, fire. You saved me right now. It's the problem with the Rampage Inducer. If you turn it off, they'll be a lot slower, which is always nice. but we're back down at 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So we're slowly getting there. This will take a little bit, but we'll get it done. And then we are actually already almost done with this. A second away from completing this, and then we'll be done with that. So there we go. That challenge is completed. We can now make our way back inside, thankfully. That one does get a little bit dicey sometimes when you're out there. But we're almost done with this challenge. We're already almost to the boss fight. We ain't really got much to worry about. Okie dokie. Objective update. Let's see. What is our next challenge? Precision is the test this time. Okay, this one's pretty difficult, especially if you're playing with friends. Literally, if you're playing with friends, agree that one person does this. Don't all try to do it because you will fail it. You pretty much need to get 25 critical kills in a row without missing, and if you miss, it resets. So what I do is I pretty much just ADS extremely high. Now, obviously, of course, Brain Rot has to activate on my no ammo mod weapon, but usually you can do it with ease. But yeah, thanks game. That's stupid. Stupid that it resets it, that does. But just aim really high so that when the zombies do come close to you, all they'll do is just walk right into headshots. Like, there's no chance you get a body shot. It is the way I do it, because it definitely can be a pretty tedious challenge to do. It can be a little bit difficult, especially dependent on the rounds that you could be on. So, my best of luck to you. Yeah, we just finished it. Okay. Yeah, that one's definitely a little bit tedious, so be cautious what round you're on. That's what I'm saying. Try not to go super high on rounds. There's a flawless. I will take that. Nice. Now we have this thing maxed out. Okay. Even the lifeless crave connection. Show compassion to the joyless machine. So this is the last sort of challenge we have to do. There's another one after this, but it isn't really a challenge. After this one, you just have to survive 5 more rounds, then you can go to the boss fight. But this one, all we need to do is we need to get cryo freeze on our gun, or you can use snowballs. Basically, when a zombie's frozen in this mode and you kill him, it has a chance to drop a present. Basically, you're just going to follow Oscar around the map and freeze zombies by him and kill them so they drop presents, and then he'll pick it up. So it's pretty easy. Holy crap, we finally got the last present to drop. That is so hard to do sometimes, dude. I actually went down in the process because it's not guaranteed. You either can use your snowballs or whatever it is, but it still does not guarantee that a present's going to drop. So you basically just have to rely on the straight RNG of the game. And the RNG is terrible when it comes to getting those presents. And of course, obviously, when you're done with the challenge, you start getting presents and stuff. But during the process, no. It is so annoying, dude. Now we just need to survive 5 rounds, and then we can go to the boss fight and cheese this and literally insta-kill it. And yeah, that would be it. So that's pretty much what we need to do. We need to go to round, 35? And then we can go to the boss fight. So shouldn't be too hard. The meat on the ground. Holy crap. There are so many spines. Whatever that would be. I don't even know what that is. Jeez. That was crazy. Come on, zombies. Bring it on. Finish this last round real quick up, and then we can go to the boss fight. And we can insta-kill him. Very, very easy stuff, and get our freaking reward. This has been a painful experience towards the end, though. I will say that. But no worries. The end is near, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, 100 kills with the Disciple injection. Hell yeah. And there we go. Nice and easy. Now we can head to the actual middle area and enter the boss fight. Hell yeah, let's do it. We have both our toxic growths, right? That's what we need. So make sure before you do this, you actually have both of them ready to go. So all we're going to do is we're just going to wait for this to pop up, and then we can enter it. So let me enter the boss fight, please. Start the final encounter. And once we spawn in, we're just going to go to the middle area and pop down our toxic growths. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. So we're just going to go over here, and then we are just going to pop these down, and then put our other one down right there, just like that, kind of just in the middle area. And then bada bing, bada boom, completed. There we go. That's crazy, bro. Holy crap. We just completed it without even having to kill him. Well, nice. Your name is written, but the ink is thin. Live well and keep whatever it said. Nice. We did it. See, ladies and gentlemen, you can absolutely cheese this solo, and we just did it solo. The hardest boss fight inside of Zombies history. Let's go. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to get patched. But hey, if you want those rewards and you want to get it done ASAP and actually complete it without having to worry about running it 30 million gazillion times, then, well, do this, right? But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel down below, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.